The idea of lever clamps has been around for a long time, but now the folks at Rockler are taking a clean look at it. Rockler apparently looked at what frustrated woodworkers in the past when using lever clamps and fixed all that in their version. Generally, the Rockler lever clamps look a bit like the others, but there's a lot of things about these clamps that make them better for you. To start with, you just look at the materials and processes used to make these and you can see they're meant to last a long time. If we look at the beam, you'll notice that rather than stamped metal, Rockler decided to use a precision casting that makes this even stronger. Even the pivot pins are oversized to make sure they operate smoothly and last a long time. The base is also a precision casting and lets them be very accurate with the alignment of the components. This thumb wheel is how you lock the clamp in place, but it's what below it that's even more important. Rockler got rid of the alignment pins that forced the clamp to be either 90 degrees to the T-track or parallel to it. Now you get to decide the angle. You just loosen that thumb wheel to move the clamp to where you want it. But now you get to use any angle that you want that works best for your job. That freedom of angle means that the Rockler lever clamps are a lot more versatile and can be even more handy for jigs and fixtures that you build. This Rockler lever clamp can apply anywhere between 5 and 250 pounds of pressure, and that's all controlled by this little screw. And once you set the pressure, it's constant over any thickness that you put in the clamp. One of the things I truly hated about lever clamps in the past was trying to get the pressure foot to stay in place without going to find a couple of wrenches. The idea people at Rockler apparently had the same dislike, so they added this knurled finger knob that lets you put the pressure foot wherever you want, tighten it down and let it stay there without looking for any wrenches. They even made the handle long enough to give you the proper amount of leverage and round enough to be comfortable to your hand. And that's a good thing because you're liable to be using these clamps a lot. One of the spookier things these clamps do is apply the same amount of pressure whether you're clamping a piece of paper or a chunk of 2x4. I'm not real sure how they accomplish this, but I know it works and that's all that's important. To be sure you get a good grip on whatever thickness you put in the clamp, the pressure foot is mounted on a swivel. That foot also has a non-marring cover for when you're using wood that's better than a 2x4. So if you like to use lever clamps but you needed them to be a little more user-friendly, here you go. Rockler figured it out. They work with standard T-tracks, and being able to apply pressure at any angle to that T-track makes them a lot more versatile than you've ever had before. Being able to change the angle of these clamps might make it easier to make more versatile jigs and fixtures as well. And now I have to go figure out why it surprised me that Rockler's the one that made this clamp more versatile.